What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we back again for another episode review of The Shy Season 7, Episode 5, Safe Harbor. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. We're episode 5. I'm pretty sure we got like 5 or 6 more episodes left. We're midway through the season. Is it really just 5 or 6 episodes? Either way, I don't remember how many seasons, episodes per season that they have, but I'm pretty sure it's like around 10. Okay. It's around probably like 10 or something like that, but I'm just going to say they got to pick it up. They got to pick it up. Y'all brought Reg back. Okay, you know, is this his second? No, this is third day back. This is third day back. And this episode, it literally, I know it's getting somewhere, but I need that to get there a little bit quicker. I need some action to go down for real, for real. It just feels like they're putting stuff together to fill out time in these episodes before we just, get to the main thing. And it's like they don't want to give us everything. If they go ahead and get to the main thing, they're going to give us everything. And I understand trying to build up whatever, but some of these things and storylines is very insequential, I feel, to the story. And I get that, this is a show called The Shy. And it's about many people's lives. But it has to make sense. One thing that truly does not make sense to me is the whole Dom and Jamal storyline. Sorry, I'm just not here for it. I don't understand the purpose. Why are we trying to make a C character a main character, or at least a B character that we actually care about somewhat? We don't. Okay? Jamal didn't do that much to have an impact to even have a storyline like that we care if they get married. And now I feel like you're playing with the institution of marriage, because that's what y'all be saying. Y'all be playing with marriage these days. I feel like they playing with the institution of marriage to just go ahead and get married, not because they truly love each other. I don't care what them vows said. They only known each other for a couple of months or so. They doing all of this so that they can have sex. That's just what it is. And that's literally what happened. As soon as they got through getting married, they went on ahead and had sex. And truth be told, if they really was about that, they could have just went on down to City Hall, got that marriage license, and did what they did. That's just really what it was. Because if they ain't got the marriage license, you still ain't married. Okay? But technically, and to have Corey Hardrick, and I can't remember what his character name was on here, be the officiant for the wedding. I ain't gonna lie. The way that he was hosting that and doing it, baby, I was cracking up. And y'all want these niggas to get married? If anybody object, who gives a fuck? Because they gonna do what they want to do because they grown, okay? Now, y'all go ahead and blow her back out and all that stuff. That shit was real. That was real. I ain't gonna lie, baby. If you would be real like that, okay? And you had me sitting there like, well, okay, but prior to that, when Lene had told Dom off, like, I know you were passing around, girl, Lene, you probably would have got popped, but at the same time, you correct, okay? Like, it just don't even make sense. It don't make sense, honestly. No shade. I'm here for giving everybody jobs, but once once Kevin left, Lene, and then Nina left, there was no reason for Lene to come back. Lene don't even interact with none of the other kids, okay? So her only real connection to the group was Kevin. Kevin is gone. Nina is gone, and so therefore, what is her purpose on this show? No shade. And I understand why Maisha left. Maisha left because there was some issues that was going on, from what I heard and from what I seen. It was some behind the scene issues that was going on the show, on the set, I guess. Not really being integrated with the people and all that stuff, and being mistreated according to her, I guess. I don't know. I get that. So she should have left too. Honestly, everybody is going. What is the purpose? Like, you had Papa and her in the car. He was taking her around so that Jamal and Dom can do their thing or whatever. And so I'm like, are they about to get together? What's happening? Are they about to get together? I don't know. Meanwhile, you have Tiff and Kesha. They getting together, basking in the suns or whatever, pregnant besties and all that stuff, and talking about what it is. Tiff is talking about there's some type of chemistry, some attraction between her and Victor. She don't know if she want to act on it. She don't know if he really wants her like that, because she don't know what he truly wants, because she heard that he likes trans women. Now, let me just tell you this. With all the uproar about the whole trans and, trans men who sleep with trans women and stuff that was going on with Nene and T.S. Madison, to see this episode and to see a character like Tiffany be open-minded to that, meaning what I'm trying to get at is the fact that she would definitely be with Victor. She don't know what his preference is. Is it just trans women, or do you like women in general? You know what I'm saying? And so she's very much open to it, you could tell. And I can appreciate that, because she's young, and you would think, that they would, especially from out here, they would have some indifference or whatever and be, a little transphobic, homophobic, and all that stuff, whatever. But at the same time, she's open to it. Told Kesha about the fact that they got some little chemistry too, but she don't know what it is. Is it sexual and all this stuff? I don't know, but she not trying to do that like that, and then it get to a point where Kesha feels some type of way about her taking care of their kid. Tiffany is an EJ kid. And, I'm like, well, you did offer for him to stay, but at the same time, Tiff, when you gonna get your son? How long is this supposed to be? And then the whole time you got Alicia in the background. I don't know how long she was listening, but she heard a little something. But at least Tiffany didn't trip herself up and say, she looking for somebody to get with right now. But no, she's not. She's not even on thinking about that type of situation. She's thinking about her baby. She's still grieving and all that stuff. She's not ready to move on just yet. And so you got that going on. Then you got Alicia getting in her feelings because Rashad don't want to be with her at her little yacht party that she's about to have on the boat, on the water, that nobody is going on the water for. You know what I'm saying? Baby, listen, we had three? We had 3 parties that was going on, okay? 3 little get-togethers. We had Alicia's boat, we had the pastor, Ezekiel, and Charles' boat, which was probably just Ezekiel, and then we had Darnell, Damien, and Emmett. Okay, y'all notice I learned their name. I remember their names now, right? Okay, gotcha. It only took 5 episodes in, but that laugh sounded like Shannon Sharp. I don't like that. Ugh, I know y'all heard it. Like, I heard it in the after. It was reverberating in my mind. Like, that sound familiar. I gotta get this cold out of me so I can laugh correctly. But yeah. I was with Damien when he came up on there, the Darnell boat, and was like, so we not going to get in the water? Like, we not going to go out into the water? We just docking and we going to be... Darnell said this boat is just for, sitting here, kicking it, cooking some food, drinking some drink, and talking about stuff. That's just what it is. Emmett said he ain't got enough money to buy the fuel. We just rent the boat out. That's what we do. This is just a tradition. We just rent it out to just sit here. Don't invite me on no boat if we not going to go out into the water a little bit, okay? Don't do that. And mind you, I ain't even that type of boat type of person, but still, if I want to get on a boat, put me out in the water, all right? Let's party in the middle of the lake, okay? Let's just do that. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want to party on the dock. I don't want to be sitting on the dock, okay? No, I'm not Otis Redding. So you got that right. They're up there talking about whatever they're talking about. Girl, I don't even care. I know Damien all of a sudden won 1 spade game and he want to go play a tournament spade. Baby, no. Okay? I was with them, but then again, he probably could win because It's about numbers and counting cards and all that stuff, and he's really good at numbers, and that's the reason why he won that card game, right? But at the same time, did you catch when Darnell said, "Are you sure that you want to be doing some stuff like that, that gambling or whatever?" I feel like he got a little problem, a little issue there, because he said, "I'm all good, I'm all good." They was also talking about relationships and whether or not Emmett wanted to get married to Keisha and all that stuff, and what's holding him back. Same old jargon, okay? The fact that Darnell went from being a hoe to being monogamous, all right. I never thought I'd see the day that happened, but it did. It did, And speaking of, we get over there to the pastor's boat, right? Who's on the boat with the pastor? You got Pastor Charles on there, Pastor Ezekiel, you got Tracy, Emmett Mama, and the whole congregation, okay, of the finer women and the people that got a little bit of money, they're on there. And Nuck, okay. Now, at this point, what we already knew is this is what I don't like. Oh my goodness. This is why I can't trust the church sometimes, because of the people that be in there. Because y'all know it's people like this, that the pastors just be out there or the pastor in training or the second in command, whichever one you want to call it, baby, the underling, I don't know. Girl, they be up there doing everybody up in the goddamn congregation, okay? Married or single, and Charles is going through all of those women. And then shout out to Melanie Sanders. She the first time she come from Bell Collective, Carlos King's reality show, Bell Collective, Latrice publicist or something like that, friend or whatever, yeah. And she was up there sitting there telling what's her name, Emmett Mama, yeah, Pastor Charles, he be making the women's get on their knees. She said to pray, and amongst other things, oh yeah, we pray, amongst other things, to be so comfortable telling another woman that you literally be getting on your knees for this man, that this man be fucking around with everybody, and you see him over there flirting with other women right after he just got through flirting with Tracy in your face. That is crazy, to be okay with him doing all of this. Like, ew, are you really that desperate? He looks like a fucking creep. I want him to stand up straight. It like he got a hump in his back sometimes. Dre, you annoy me on this, okay? I'm like, why are you taking advantage of these women like this? And why are y'all allowing it? And Tracy, you done confronted him about it, and you still gonna be stupid enough to talk about something, all these, listening to what he talking about? Oh, they just, these rumors or whatever, and they be throwing themselves at me. You just go, so they making house calls? You the one that was making house calls last week on Mother's Day. So let's stop it. Okay? Also, you got Nuck up there. He's talking with Pastor Ezekiel, and he sees over there across the way, Alicia boat. Alicia looking at him. He looking at her. Pastor Ezekiel like, who is that? He was like, just an old bitch with some money. I said, baby, he don't give a fuck. She don't give a fuck. Like, she want him gone, okay? And, when he tried to introduce him to a new dude that he knew, and old boy was like, somebody stole my car, or tried to steal my car while I was in your parking lot, Pastor. Somebody stole my cousin's car. Somebody did this and all this stuff, because he kept on looking at his car and all this stuff. Then they started talking about, paying taxes and everything. And Knuckles like, I don't pay taxes, because what the hell I need to pay the government for when the government don't do nothing for me? And that man said, you know what? Let me turn around, because this is a little bit too ignorant for me. All right, he one of them uppity blacks, okay? They get into a certain type of tax bracket, and they feel like they got a little one up on everybody else. That's what it was giving very much, okay? Like, it was giving very much, Pastor Ezekiel, why are you around this type of person? That's what it was, okay? But at the same time, I don't understand, what is he trying to get out of being around Pastor Ezekiel? Is he trying to get his soul saved? Because he keeps on confessing to him about things that he's done. Now, earlier, he was going to make a drop or pick up some ecstasy or whatever, MDM pills and all that stuff. A dude that was working with him, he pulled up very flashy, had his music up, he had on a lot of jewelry, and at this point, Nuck had already said, lay low. Do not be out here being flashy like that. And so dude said, well, my bad. I ain't never going to do it again. And he said, you're right. And he popped him right there. And so he told the pastor that. And I'm like, Nuck, stop telling him your stuff. I'm just so confused as to why he keep telling him this. Like, it's going to come down to Pastor Ezekiel having to get taken out at one point. Because you're telling him all of your sins. Okay? And I'm just like, what is going on with this partnership? Now, when Duda and him had a partnership, he just laundered the money. We weren't kicking it like this. We weren't talking deep like this. Baby, did you put this? Is it clean? Okay, cool. That's good. That's just what it was, right? I'm so confused as to what's happening between Pastor Ezekiel and Nuck, a.k.a. Nathan, okay? He said, why you call? I don't need that slave name. I said, all right. Meanwhile, you got Reg and at this point, y'all, Reg is getting on my nerves. Reg has been, listen, I was like, oh my God, I was gagged a little bit when he popped up 3 episodes ago. Now I'm a little annoyed. I'm like, what? And it's mostly because of the way that he's corrupting Jake. He literally came back to corrupt that boy and to get back something that really ain't his no more, all right? Like, them dudes probably don't even remember him. And if they do, how do you think that they going to respect you? You probably going to have to start over from the ground up because they could possibly leave and go to somebody else's crew, you know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to get the mob back. Ooh. He's trying to get the mob back and all that stuff. And I'm just like, sir, what? You're robbing ATM machines with Jake just because you got the face mask on. Your face is still, your eyes are still visible and everything. And then you're getting caught on camera. Like, it's just really ridiculous. And now you're sitting out, scoping out the yacht stuff, or everybody that's on the boat, okay? Scoping them out. And mainly he did because he's following Nuck. He want to get Nuck out the way so he could get the mob back, right? And Jake is like, he won't let Jake out of his sight. He said, I need you because you're the only one that I trust. Okay, and at this point, I feel so bad for Jake because I really do feel like if Jake goes against him, Reg will have no problem taking him out. Reg want him not to be talking to stop talking to Bakari. He don't trust him because he's working with Nuck. And I'm just like, damn, you just coming in trying to change and bulldoze everything. And that's just not how we do it, right? He do peep Alicia, you know, and Jake do tell him, yeah, she the lady that got Victor off, helped get Victor off with his case and all that stuff. So she got money. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Okay, I said, oh my God, leave Alicia alone. Alicia on her boat. Now, let me tell you something. Rashad said he did not want to go to that little party with her people because he already knew that the shit was going to be boring. It was going to be stuffy, bougie, and all that shit. She said, my friends ain't bougie, they sophisticated. That's literally what it is. And I thought he was lying. Baby, when they got on that goddamn boat, and you see the difference, like the pastor's boat is very lively for the most part with the music and everything. People walking around, it got a different atmosphere, like it's chill, you know what I'm saying? Then you get over there to Alicia boat, and it's very much bougetto. It's bougie as shit, you know, like we're eating caviar, we're eating escargot, okay? We're doing all of those type of things, and it's just like, oh my God, I wouldn't have wanted to go either, okay? Alicia, I don't know what she's trying to do with Bakari. But having that publisher lady, and then a white publisher lady at that, talk to him, and for him to tell her his story, quote unquote, and mind you, he didn't even say anything that was all that compelling to be like, oh, this is going to be so good. All she doing this because it's a favor for Alicia, and she can tell that this is an easy target. I feel bad for Bakari because I don't know what Alicia is going to do to him, because at this point, Alicia feel like, I'm doing all of this for you, and basically you better be thankful for it, and you're gonna have to pay me back anyway. You know, he didn't ask her to do this, and now the lady all of a sudden want to be his publisher, and then gonna say, I want your life rights, and talking to Alicia about it. No, Bakari, do not do that. Don't sign nothing with that lady, because no, Absolutely not. She see a sucker. That's just really what it is, okay? Rashad was supposed to come pick her up. Rashad was late as shit. She had to tell him, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, because he was high off mushrooms. Now, they over there testing mushrooms for Tiffany, and wanted to tell her the experience that they went through. Basically, Victor was having emotions and, playing back all of the things that were said in the past few days that we've seen on the past few episodes, especially the whole thing about his childhood and not being loved and all that stuff, and the mom going through what she was going through, and then him, what I literally gathered from especially that scene when he was in the bathroom, he's two people, and one of them is trying to come back out. And I feel like Trig choked him out in the bathroom in his mind because he was hallucinating. Trig is trying to come back out, and Trig has been woken up because of the reappearance of Reg. That's just really what it is. Then you got Shy having hallucinations and going back in time and seeing that his mom, basically, he didn't have enough love, okay? Couldn't get the mom's attention, and that's just really what it was. And, he's so tripped out and fell asleep and all of this that he forgot to come pick up Alicia on time. So she said, forget about it, I found my way. And I feel like at this point, Rashad is on thin ice, and I wouldn't be surprised if Alicia is about to kick him out to the curb. Okay? She's just fickle like that. And she's in a state of grief, so anything can trigger her. And then Pastor Ezekiel came through and was like, you need some help, I can take you home or whatever. Then they have a conversation, and basically she said, he was like, so what you want to do with all this stuff? She said, I want to get rid of all of the men out here who are taking lives and causing all the drama and all the trouble, whatever. Bitch, why are we talking so freely to the pastor like this? I don't care if he's in the pocket of this person or that person. I don't trust him. And she basically said, you give me those names, I give you all of the money that you need for your programs or whatever. He was like, that's fine, I got rich friends. She said, my friends are richer. Okay? Money is no object. All right? I could put a few millions in your stuff. And that's all he needed to hear. That's all he needed to hear to say, okay. And I was just like, oh my goodness. So y'all two about to do y'all thing together? Like, I don't know. Okay? What else is going on in this episode? I think that was probably about it. But, oh yeah. Last thing. When the preview came on for previously what happened on the Shy, we saw Detective Toussaint. That was in a couple of seasons ago, the last season that Reg was on, okay? And that I believe she was on his case trying to lock him up or whatever, couldn't, but he eventually got shot and all that stuff. Then her son got arrested, went to jail. And so she get a phone call. She comes back. She's back on the show now, okay? She gets a phone call from her son who is still locked up. And he told her, listen, Reg is not dead. And she was like, hey, trust and believe, I know. And then she sees the pictures from the ATM machines and those robberies that was happening and see his face, not his whole face, but his eyes. He has a very distinct, brow in all that situation. And she told her boss, this is Reginald Taylor. Okay? That's who it is, and he's not dead. I got that on, I got a source. I'm not going to give it up to you who it is, even though it's my son. But I got a source, and yeah, it's very reliable. That man is not dead. And so, I don't know. I'm still holding out hope, because at this point, I feel like they're building to get to something that's going to be explosive. At least I hope it is, okay? Because you're bringing back old characters. You're bringing back Reg. You done brought back Brandon's cousin. You brought back Corey Hardrick for a second. You brought back now Detective Reginald. Okay, well, Detective Toussaint, I should say. And it's just like, so where's all this leading? Where is all this leading? Okay. But yeah, it was okay. It was okay. You guys tell me how y'all feel. Y'all think Alicia done with Rashad? I don't think Alicia and the pastor is gonna get together, but I do think they're about to start working together very, very closely. Okay. I don't know what she gonna do to Bakari, and I'm kind of worried. I'm very worried about Bakari at this point. But yeah, I think he probably gonna be. He's gonna be a casualty. A casualty. He is. He's not the target, but he's gonna be a casualty. A casualty in this war that Reg is about to start against Nuck. And then Reg had the nerve to tell Jay, um, if a war pop off, I need to truly know that you on my side. I hate people like that. I hate people like that. What type of role model? None. Because you ain't had no role model, so let me corrupt the person below me just like I was. That's crazy. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I will see you guys later. Peace.